name's Dee, and welcome to Sunchild Tarot, and welcome to the maybe a little bit late general reading for Aquarius for May. Well, it's useful for whenever you find it, but it's recorded here in May. So, as a general reading rules apply. Timing is not absolute. Sometimes personalities within the reading can get mixed up. Doesn't happen very often, but I see energies and actions. So if you hear me say something and you find yourself going, that's not me, that's them, fine, fair enough. However, it is a reading to be taken en masse, job lot, rather than a take what resonates. And there's two ways to determine whether this reading is for you or not. One, I would like you to ask a question beforehand. So take a moment, think about all of the questions that are around you. Focus on one of them, but be aware of all of them because cards will answer what they want. But that focus adds energy to the process. And then two, there is a past and a present in this spread. So if the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your moon sign or your rising sign. In fact, always watch your rising sign. If you don't know what your rising sign is, you need your time as well as place and date of birth. And there's a link in the description as ever to go and get yourself a free birth chart. There's plenty of resources on the internet for that. But yeah, so it either is for you or it isn't. Bear in mind that if it is for you, I should be telling you stuff that you already know. That's the whole point of these readings. It's entertainment and it's confirmation. I do not want you to change your entire life on the basis of what I say. Just take it on board. Excuse me. Take it on board if it sounds relevant. So that's pretty much all of my waffle. 2 minutes now. I'll tell a lie. There is a link in the description down below for the Facebook page for the channel. Basically, I post these videos because YouTube notifications suck. But also, I post the astrology weather forecast type videos that I watch most of the time. So you can join in with me on learning the astrology. And I try and make it a bit of a one-stop shop. But more importantly, it has its own inbox. Now, there is a link tree down there. You can get my email on it. You can go and find me on Tumblr and what have you. But if you want in a personal reading, the Facebook inbox will get the quickest response. I can tell you that because I'm not alerted to the Tumblr messages, or I don't always see direct messages from Twitter immediately. So yeah, Facebook is the way to go if you want a reading from me. So as I say, ask your question. Coming up 3 minutes, so I'm going to change to the cards. If this is your reading, by the way, please do comment. Let me know. It's always nice to know when these readings hit home and when they've got to the people that they're supposed to get to. Okay, so changing cameras. Now, one thing that I want to say here, Aquarius, is over the past year or so, you've had quite a number of quite crappy readings from me, to be quite honest. They have been quite... You've had a lot going on. Let's put it that way. Now, this reading, you've still got a bit going on, but there's a certain beauty here. Let's just look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Sun, the Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy card. The Lovers, indicating a choice or often good news and partnership. And the Ace of Vessels, meaning the Eight of Cups. And this literally is one where your cup brimmeth over. Another thing that I want to point out is that we have Osiris appearing in the Mausolea, and we have Isis appearing from the Anubis Oracle. And because Isis appeared, I drew a card from the Isis Oracle, and we get the Divine Sunchild representing Horus. So we have that whole... We have a whole trinity here. Whether you know, it's not quite Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, but Father, Mother, Child, Yod, Hey, Vow, moving forward, defining what is, accepting what isn't, and letting the two interplay to create something even greater. And also with Horus being here, we have Happy, the water spirit, which is one of Horus's 4 disciples. Now, a lot of this is about creation again, just like Capricorn was, but, and only fitting as I'm doing this reading, Jupiter's gone into Pisces. I nearly said Pisces had gone into Pisces there, but Jupiter has gone into Pisces. Things can grow, things can create. It's a limited period of time. I think it leaves again in July and spends some of the time retrograde there. But we're finishing the reading on Ace of Pentacles, firm, real world, new beginning, and from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, beginnings. So this is looking altogether hopeful, altogether positive for you. So let's have a look. Right now, there is some form of clarity that you have achieved, but I rather feel like this clarity that you've achieved is you're like going, I want to get moving. I've got this internal clarity, but the world around me is not agreeing with that clarity. It is not, it is confusing. It is delayed. We have the hanging ghost here from the Chinese tarot, which is basically the hanged man. So Ace of Swords, the hanged man, and the ancestor. Now this card number 5 of the Major Arcana represents the Hierophant, where you also have the Hierophant topping how other people are influencing you. In fact, that's 2 Major Arcana blessing. I'll say blessings. 2 Major Arcana cards in here as well. There is guidance that's coming through you, and that one, I feel like you are being hampered by some of the rules that and structures that are around you. But 2, I think someone is pointing out where some of these rules and structures are really, really useful for you. So rather than being frustrated with those rules and structures, go for it. Go with the person who recognizes the reasons why you are doing whatever it is that you are doing. Because you are bringing some form of offer, idea to the world. You are coming from a point of maybe feeling a little isolated, or a little bit with it being Changi on the moon here. There's that element of this is a result of my own actions, but I am bringing this idea, or love offer. It is Knave of Chalices, so that's Page of Cups. So we're going to go more with idea than love offer, except right underneath it we have the Lovers card, the Forest Lovers in this Wildwood Tarot, matching again with the Lovers card on the bottom of the second deck. So there is an offer that you are presenting, or an idea that you are trying to present, to bring into the world, that you know it's right, you feel it's right, and when you look at it necessarily, it's like, is that right? I know it is right, but is it right? So you've got at once this inner certainty that what you're doing is the right thing, and then somewhere there is a mismatch. That element of square peg and round hole. But I will say, stick with your plan, stick with this idea that you are wanting to go forward, because it will be setting something right. It will be setting something into balance. And that might be a little confrontational when that occurs. As you are bouncing up against these rules and structures of the way things should be done. A lot of them are going to be useful for you, and actually may restrain some of the excesses of what you are trying to achieve. But restrain is the wrong word. Channel, like you channel water down to an estuary. showing my knowledge of water there. This, but we have the Green Man, the Emperor. There's a sense of you are going to be defining your empire, your sphere of influence through what you are presenting. But this is a new thing for you, and things have got to change for that to really come into being, and all the ingredients are needing to be put in. But you will be setting something right, and that square peg in a round hole feeling is coming from the fact that at the minute it's a round hole. There's you know that this is right, but it's not fitting. That's because the hole is the wrong shape. And there will be a little bit of argument, disruption, upsetting and damaging information, enable to turn that round hole into a square hole to fit the square peg that you're putting in it. This does take you to a better place. This disruption, although you're going to feel a little isolated, you have to remember the reasons why you are presenting this, why you are doing it. And you have to remember what that injustice is that you are putting right by doing this. And you're going to feel quite isolated while you are doing it, but there is friends and guidance around you. It is designed to get you to a better place. However, this is a stage that needs to be really planned and thought about, because this is what the happy water spirit here, I just don't want to call it happy, happy, but anyway, he indicates that if you've got a plan, you need to think about it and sort it all out, segment it, and that forethought is really, really important during this stage, because there is something that you are being blind to. Two of Swords here. And it doesn't matter how fancy your idea is, you need to create, as I was saying, that that square hole for your square peg, or round hole for your round peg, whatever. And by doing that, you are going to lose things. You are going to lose someone or something or some situation. But the moment that you lose it, it was the Five of Cups, but there's no sense of sorrow. If you notice it's almost like these are the same person. The spectral person in the background is the future self, or the now you, looking back at the past self that's lying on the floor. And the sense I get from that spectral person is very much the sense of, I don't know how to put it into words. At least I'm not there anymore, or oh, what a shame that I was there, or wanting to say to your past self, it'll get better, or don't worry about it, things will improve. But you're not there anymore. You are now super duper spectral future self, not miserable, bawling your eyes out on the floor looking at the spilt wine. I hope that's wine anyway. Being miserable. Been there, done that, that is over now. And this is the point where I was saying that this reading is so much more better than some of the previous readings I've given you over this last year, because it's been a trying year for you, Aquarius. Now, this comes with the Five of Arrows and the High Priestess. So the Five of Arrows is almost... what I really want to say with this one is, with that Five of Chalices, there's magic in the making, 2 5s. Look up angel number 55, whatever that one is, and it's probably something about overcoming adversity and magic and growth and evolution and all that sort of thing, because that's what the 5 represents. 5 is the number of man. Think about the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. But you've dodged a bullet. This is the real... Oh, that's what I could call the reading, wouldn't it? This is the real sense that I'm getting from here. But with this bit of forethought and setting your plan out, because you've got that clarity, even if the world is not matching that clarity, you've got a sense of clarity there, and you are being guided to the fact that you have dodged a bullet. Then the planning really comes in which case it is building you up. Oh, how interesting. Building you up to really coming to your own power, whatever this idea is. It's starting to manifest, it's starting to unfold, it's starting to happen, it's starting to be. Now we've got the green woman here as well. So that means that underlying, I mean, what this represents is the Emperor and the Empress, green man, green woman. Something that you are starting now is really going to come into abundance, and by thought with what you start now, you will be able to reap that abundance, whether that's abundance of feel-good factor or an abundance of money or an abundance of influence. But as I say, with the Magician card, there's this sense that the elements are starting to obey your will and starting to match this clarity that you are seeing inside. But like I say, that this is clarity that has to be tempered by the rules and structures that are around it. I haven't seen a Tower card around here yet. So you're not smashing through the way things are done. You are using and riding along the way things are done with this clarity of your own. So there's this sense of balance with all the twos. You know, that we had the Lovers, we've got the Two of Wands somewhere here, we've got the High Priestess here. There's this sense of having to maintain a balance between the really powerful urge of that clarity that you had with the rules and structures that are around it. The motivations focus on feature in this as well, with the both Hierophant cards, is very much checking that you are doing this for the right reasons. But I do believe that you are, as long as it's not coming from a place of feeling wounded, because you've felt defensive enough recently because of a burden that you was under. And it was a burden that you was under. 10 of staves here, 10 of wands here. There was this burden that you was under that was causing conflicts, and you went, no, I've got to level up. I've got to stop this. I've got to get out of this. And which is what has started this whole sense of trying to not impose your clarity, but express that clarity that you feel, or broadcast that clarity that you feel, like sending out some form of waveform to remold reality around you. Reality will only comply so far. You've still got that force of the Hierophant saying, yeah, okay, that waveform that you're sending out to remake reality, it will go lovely down that stone channel there, but you're not going to get it through that wall there. So send it down that stone channel there. And I feel that maybe you're thinking like, ooh, am I going to lose everything by this? Am I being warned away from this? No, you're not being warned away from it. We've got the Guardian card, which is, in effect, the Devil card in the Wildwood Tarot. But you're not being warned away. You are being warned to think and tread carefully. You know, just to use a little bit of thought, a little bit of planning, because there is High Priestess here, High Priestess here. There is guidance coming in. Definitely listen to your... police car goes past and I say, listen to your institution. Listen to your intuition during this period. But I suppose, yes, listen to your institution, because you've got those two Hierophant cards is saying that it's working with, not working against. Five of Cups, Knight of Wands, things could be changing too quickly. Are you building a structure that's, not going to quite work all the right way for you? Well, you really have an opportunity here to build something beautiful. And like I say, the idea is express or broadcast that clarity, not impose. Okay, it's there's two of you coming out, is there? Right. But since it is a Devil card, I will clarify with my Demon Possessed Tarot, and we've got the Hierophant once again. with Orias, and then the Ace of Swords. So again, there's that sense of matching your clarity to the systems that are already there because you are doing it for the right reasons. And whoever is helping you work within terms of the system, whatever that means with relationship to your question, accept their help. Yes, you have been working on your own. And certainly after the confrontation that you're about to have, you will initially be feeling very, very alone. But there is certainly one person, one influence around you that is going, that's a great idea, but are you aware that you need to fill out a form to do what it is that you're doing? You know, for example, yeah, great idea to build a moon palace at the bottom of your garden. Absolutely great idea. Do you realise that you need planning permission? I can help you sort out the planning permission if you like. That sort of offer is one for you to take up. You know, the person who helps you with the planning permission, helps you with the form, helps you with the, oh, you don't want to talk to the tax office, you want to talk to the DMV or whatever. You know, so I suppose there's a sense of authority through experience. It's not authority through position, it's authority through knowledge, authority through being able to guide and I mean, there's an element of that Harry Enfield of someone saying to you, oh, you don't want to do it that way, you want to do it this way. No, you want to do it your way. But if someone points out that there's a form from the DMV or from the planning committee or from the whoever that you need to fill out, listen to them and let them help you with the form if they offer. Because this is bringing you to a new beginning. So, I mean, without the forethought, without the forethought, you are creating another burden for yourself where it is all going to go horribly wrong. The Tower, the Hanged Man, Ten of Bows. But with the forethought, with a bit of debate, so it means being open to debate yourself, Five of Wands here, you can have things work like clockwork. Now, this is crazy because this is the Eight of Swords. Now, if you've watched my readings, you know there's certain decks where I love the Eight of Swords, and there's a few decks where the Eight of Swords is pretty much what the Eight of Swords is. Stress and anxiety and self-imposed. This one gives me the sense of working in perfect harmony, working with perfect clockwork. So taking that anxiety level, there's when one of those little anxieties pop up, it's well worth going, is that valid? Are you a valid anxiety that means there's something I need to look at here? Because this Five of Wands here also feels a bit Six of Swords-ish in this. I think it's Ramses Tarot I'm using. I've lost the box a long, long time ago. I'm sure it's Tarot of Ramses. And there's that sense of getting to a better place, but through debate and through effort. Ten of Arrows, Ten of Swords. Having your eyes on the prize and creating that transformation. So what you start presenting now with forethought and planning and accepting help, because as I said, just say yes, it's going to blossom. We have Necklace here, as well as High Priestess here, again showing you that intuition sense is going to come in. And Isis, Holy Queen, Mother of us all, embodied manifestation of love. So if it is a love reading, yeah, you're getting there. But with Isis appearing, it's almost like what you are doing has blessings if you put the work in. And then we've got this divine sun child. So I'm probably going to finish with that beautiful little bit of blessings of the sun falcon, the divine sun child, Horus, son of Isis and Osiris, flow to you now, beloved initiate. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. Blessings of the sun falcon herald the time of year when your divine legacy is being born. So again, you need to be crafting this process, because you might have seen fits and starts in the past. But all that happens in the past, that when you've set your sight on something, it always seems to have, well, one, Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, no pain, no gain. But two, with moon cards in both of those piles, it's, you know that there is an ebb and flow. So now we're having the flow. So be prepared for that ebb and flow in what you are doing. You're in a waxing moon stage, so to speak, at the moment. Certainly with that beginnings, because the new moon starts the waxing moon. Yeah, it's your time to burn bright. That's what it says. I mean, there's 2 pages of the stuff. I'm still learning this one. But it's very much that sense of you can have good results. But also, I want to say there's one warning in all of here. Any promises that you have made, keep them. And I want to say, be careful where you give your word, because you will be expected to keep it. Definitely, you will be expected to keep it. You cannot sign up for something where you will break your word afterwards, because that will bring that whole hanged man, what was it? Hanged man, burden, the tower moment coming in. Knight of Arrows, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and as I said in the Capricorn reading, I really like this Nine of Swords. Here, it seems to be more a case of, I mean, in the Capricorn reading, I felt like she was grinning and loving the fact of backing these swords out of the air. Whereas on this time, it's more like, yeah, out the way, not you. Thank you, not you. So there's just a satisfaction of dismissing all of these stresses and anxieties, because that Ace of Pentacles promises a new beginning, just like that one does, just like the Divine Sunchild does. But remember, you are working with the system here. Keep your eye on the prize, keep an element of humility, and keep your word. Okay, Aquarius, that's it. If it's, oh no, tell a lie. Angel of Being, this is your chance to be you. You've got that clarity, like I say, express it, broadcast it. So, if it means anything to you, oh, I didn't mention Vazaria. I will sign off in a moment. Vazaria's here, the degree angel, or Shem HaMephorash, is representing clemency and equilibrium. So again, there's that balancing between the driving force behind your clarity and what you're wanting to achieve, and the fact of the systems that are already there. Okay, so finally, if it means anything to you, if this reading is for you, please do comment down below. Obviously, I'm a YouTuber, so like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, please. If the reading was good for you, and even if it wasn't, tell me. But yeah, best of luck, and it's about time, Aquarius, really, about time. Cheers.